Hi friends, Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Today I'm going to show you this cute little basket. We're going to make this cute little teeny tiny basket decorated with a little chick, and I used a bird stamp to make my chick. So let me show you how I altered that to make the little chick, and then how I made the basket. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip the camera around here and have a seat. There we go. Let me go ahead and clip that into my holder. Sorry about the bumping. All right. So let me just slide this over so you can see. That's a little better. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start making this cute little basket. So I'm going to start with our little chick here. I'm just going to take out my eggs. I'm using the little Hershey milk chocolate eggs for this little basket. It's quite small, but I love little teeny tiny cute things like this. The smaller, the cuter it is sometimes. So let me share with you really quickly how I made the little bird. So I'm going to start with my bird stamp here. This is from the Petal Palette stamp set, and we're going to alter this bird to make it more of a chick. So we're going to start with a crushed curry ink pad, and I'm just inking up my little bird stamp here. And I'm going to stamp it onto my Whisper White cardstock. So there I've got my little bird, and I'm going to color this bird. I'm going to use Stampin' Blends alcohol marker in the light Daffodil Delight. If you don't have the Stampin' Blends, you certainly could use the regular Stampin' Up! Markers, or you could watercolor it with the Daffodil Delight ink refill. But I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends because they're my favorite. So then I'm going to take the dark pumpkin pie Stampin' Blend, and I'm going to take the bullet tip on this one, and I'm just going to add a little bit of pumpkin pie to the feet and a little bit to the beak there. So put the cat back on that, and then I don't know how well you can see that, and then I'm going to add the dark eye, and to do that I'm using the journaling pen. This one is the 05, which is a little bit fatter tip. I could certainly use the 01 as well. I just would have to do more because this tip is about the width of that little chick's eye. That's all I need to do. So there we've got our little chick, and now I'm going to cut it out with the coordinating dies. That's the Petal and More Thinlit dies that go with that stamp set. So here's our little bird. And I'm going to take my Big Shot here, slide things over a little bit. Not sure if you're going to be able to see all of this, but you'll get the gist. Oh yeah, I think you can see okay. So I'm just going to put this down right here. Slide that up a little bit so the magnet is in place. And I'm going to put the plate on and send that through. And we'll take our Big Shot out of the way here. So now I've got my little bird, yellow bird, and I'm going to make this yellow bird into my chick. And to do that, I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to snip off the tail feather. So there's a little notch right here where the tail feather starts. I'm going to go in at that point and just cut off the tail. And now we made our bird into this cute little chick to decorate a basket. So let's move on to the basket itself. The basket, I used some framelits that are from the Coffee Cup framelit die. And I actually am using, I've already got it out here. This is supposed to be the coffee sleeve for the coffee cup, but I'm using it as my basket. So I just, I did some playing around with some cardstock, and I figured out the right dimensions to make a little box to attach the coffee sleeve to the back and front to make my little basket. So my dimensions for that little box are a 3.5 by 3.5 piece of cardstock, Whisper White, and I scored it at 1 1/8, which is right here. and then I scored at 1 3/8, and then I rotated it and I repeated that 1 1/8 and 1 3/8 so that both sides are scored. And then I just took my scissors right here, my paper snips, and I cut up on those score lines just like that. And then I put the box together with some tear and tape. So this box is really just utilitarian. It's not going to show. It's going to be covered up with my little coffee sleeve framelit front that makes the basket. So it doesn't have to be super beautiful. It just needs to hold the chocolate. That's its main job here. So I'm going to add a little tear and tape to each of these tabs, and then just quickly put that together. I love this tear and tape because it's very strong and it's going to hold this basket together because I don't want it to fall apart. Don't want to lose the chocolate. That is the important thing here. So we're going to take these two pieces, we're going to fold it in. I've got my tear tape right there, and I'm going to tack that up. And then this one goes inside and tack that up. And you can see it's a little bit, it's not perfectly smooth across the top, but again, that doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up. So I'm going to repeat on the other side right here. And then tuck that on the inside. Just like so. So that is my inside part of my basket. And then I took my coffee sleeve framelits and I cut 2, and those are going to form my basket. And I use the new Basket Weave Embossing Folder. Now this is a free celebration item. You can only get this right now for free along with the beautiful basket stamp set. This folder, however, will be going into the Stampin' Up! Catalog in June, the new one when it comes out. So you can get it at that time, just the folder, but of course you'll have to buy it. Right now you can get it for free. So what I did is I put my two, my basket front and back into the folder. Now this is an extra thick folder, so you only need one plate when you send it through the Big Shot, and you would use your, not the magnetic platform, but your regular platform for that. And I've actually already embossed 2 right here, so I'll just grab those, and I even put tear tape on the back of them, so those are ready to go. So I'm just going to attach them to that little box that we made to make the basket shape. So that's just going to pop right on there. And then I'll do the other side. I love this folder. It's so cool. It gives you a really, really deep impression because of that. It's that dynamic folder that's extra thick. So there you can see how it gives it the basket appearance. And then I took a strip of Whisper White that is 6 1/4 inches long, and I put it into a different embossing folder. This is another super thick one. It's called the Cable Knit Embossing Folder, and I just followed along one of the cable knit pieces there to give me that that cool impression on the handle, which makes it look like wicker. So we're gonna I put a little piece of tear and tape on the end of the basket here, and I'll pull that off, and that's just going to go right inside that little box like that. And then we're ready to add our little chick. To add the chick, I did use a dimensional, and then for my my words, I used a Happy Easter stamp from the Teeny Tiny Wishes, and I stamped it in the Berry Burst ink. And then I punched out a little flower using the Tree Builder punch out of Berry Burst and added a little pearl to that. And I punched the words out with the classic label punch. My little chocolates are falling everywhere here. And then just attached that to the box with a glue dot. So this little guy is popped up with a dimensional, and this is just attached with a glue dot. And then inside my box, Stampin' Up! Has come out with their own Ready Shreddy. It comes in a 3-pack, so you get white, you get a silver-white combo, so silver on one side, white on the other, and then you have this really cool Berry Burst Shreddy. And I again, you get all three when you purchase the Shreddy, and I love the Berry Burst. It's such a unique color, and it's one of my favorites. And then I use the Crinkle seam binding in Berry Burst, which is just a super soft, easy to tie ribbon. It gives you a perfect bow every time, so I just love that one. And then I just added my little chocolates, and that is all there is to it. So that is our cute little Easter basket. I plan to have a blog post up with all of this, all of the details for this project. That should be up by tomorrow. So visit my blog at www.suestampfield.com. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.